Need my sunglasses.
It's perfect.
Okay, we'll call the meeting to order and ask the clerk to call the roll.
Microphone's on. Mayor Hatley, Mayor Pro Tem Baldwin,
Here.
Councilman Collins,
Here.
Councilman Coyne, Councilwoman Fontana,
Here.
Councilman Skidmore,
Here.
Councilman Thomas.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem, you have a quorum.
Okay, I'm going to need a motion to move in executive session to discuss a discussion regarding an elevation of the evaluation of the city judge, a legal briefing regarding Lori White and Charlene Staley individually and on behalf of all others similarly situated versus the city of North Myrtle Beach. A legal briefing regarding the City of North Myrtle Beach versus Sun TRS Ocean Club LLC, and a discussion regarding a potential property acquisition.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Okay, we will move in executive session. Okay. Well, we've got about a minute, but we'll go ahead and get started. So council met in executive session and no votes were taken, so we will move into our agenda. So, Reverend Greg Hyler, are you here? Okay, there he is. Thank you for being here. Will you lead us in invocation?
Be glad to. Would you pray with me? Father in heaven, we come before your throne of grace this evening, thankful for all the many blessings you've poured out and given, and thankful that you're a good and gracious God. And tonight we want to ask that your Spirit would abide in this place, helping the people here who are doing their job to do it well. Pray that you would give them help from heaven. Pray that you would give them a sense of unity and camaraderie, working together to serve you first and serve the people and to do what's best for this community. God, we ask your blessings upon this community. Pray that it would be safe and prosperous. Thank you for the first responders that are here, and we ask for them to be safe in their work and that you would also help them to do their jobs well. God, we thank you for these young men and the victory you gave them in the championship and for their families that supported them. And God, every good and perfect gift comes from you, so this is a grace and a blessing from heaven for them and something they'll never forget. So we want to thank you for that. God, tonight help hearts and words be kind and gracious. May you work in wonderful ways just to continue to move us forward in the way and direction this community needs to go. And for all the ways you bless, we'll thank you for it. And we ask these things in the name that is above every name, the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. The next item on our agenda is the minutes, and we have the city council meeting minutes from Monday, July 21st, and also a special called meeting and workshop Monday, August 4th, 2025. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And now we will move into communications, and we have several proclamations and some awards. So I will come down and read these proclamations. Do you have them down there, Ron, or am I bringing them? Okay. So, Smart Week, August 24th through August 31st, 2025. Whereas guns are the #1 killer of children and teens in the United States, and whereas the city of North Myrtle Beach is committed to creating a safe environment, contributing to the safety and well-being of our children, and whereas almost every single day a child gets their hands on a gun and unintentionally kills or wounds themselves or someone in the United States. Whereas the most effective way to prevent children from accessing firearms is making sure all guns are stored, unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And whereas these steps we can all take, gun owners and non-gun owners alike, to make sure kids can't access guns and put themselves and others in danger. And whereas an estimated 4.6 million children live in a home with at least one unlocked and loaded gun in the United States, and whereas when guns aren't properly stored, tragedy can strike, and whereas protecting public in the communities they serve is the mayor's highest responsibility, and whereas schools, hospitals, state agencies, and community organizations are committed in their role in reducing injuries and deaths by promoting secure gun storage and safety. And whereas Smart Week raises awareness and promotes efforts to educate the public about secure gun storage through 5 simple steps to prevent shootings by children: secure all guns in your home and vehicles, model responsible behavior around guns, ask about the presence of unsecured guns in other homes, recognize the role of guns in suicide, tell your peers to be smart. The City of North Myrtle Beach commends Be Smart, a program developed by the Every Town for Gun Safety Support Fund, and all involved in their endeavor to keep communities safe. Now for I, Mayor Pro Tem J. Baldwin of the City of North Myrtle Beach, do declare and proclaim August 34th through August 31st, 2025 as Smart Week to raise awareness and promote efforts to educate the public about secure gun storage and secure all residents to understand the importance of gun safety. Okay. Oh, are we presenting this to someone? Right here. Okay. You are? Okay, well, come up and we'll get our picture. Oh. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's right. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna call them up. Okay, the next proclamation was Constitution Week. Whereas September 17th, 2025 marks the 238th anniversary of the drafting of the Constitution of the United States of America by the Constitutional Convention. And whereas it is fitting and proper to accord official recognition to this magnificent document in its memorial anniversary and to the patriotic celebrations which we will commemorate the occasion. And whereas Public Law 915 guarantees the issuing of a proclamation each year by the President of the United States of America, designating September 17th through September 23rd as Constitution Week. And whereas the 238th anniversary of the signing of the Constitution provides every citizen of South Carolina and our nation a moment to reflect on the blessings of liberty and to remember the sacrifices of our founding fathers who secured these blessings and entrusted the torch of liberty to succeeding generations. Now, therefore, I, J. Baldwin, Mayor Pro Tem of the City of North Myrtle Beach, do hereby proclaim September 17 through September 23rd, 2025 as Constitution Week. And I join the National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution, Theodosia Burr Chapter, in encouraging all residents to appreciate and understand the importance of the United States Constitution to our way of life, our freedom, and the rights and duties of each of us have as a citizen of South Carolina and the United States of America. And now we're going to invite down, yes, the Daughters of the American Revolution. Hey, thank y'all for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
We've
you.
got a few. We also have the children of the American
Okay,
Revolution with
children.
us too.
Thank you so much. So you're going to give the...
Yes, you got it. So longevity awards, these are for employees who've had 5+, some 10+, 15, 20, every 5 years or so. Longevity awards, we like to recognize our employees who've been here with the city for a long extended period of time. So with 10 years, Wesley Fouché-Pugh has been with the city of North Myrtle Beach since August 31st, 2015, and currently serves as a master police officer. He leads the North Myrtle Beach He also leads the North Myrtle Beach Police Cadet Post as a mentor. Wesley is a dedicated officer, a husband, and a proud dad of two. Around the department, he's also known for his golf game, widely regarded as the best golfer on the Alpha Shift. They play a lot of golf on the Alpha Shift. Yeah.
Night shift has its perks.
Yeah. Awesome. Congratulations.
Hang on up there.
Yeah. 15 years, Will McLeod. Lieutenant William McLeod began his career with the city of North Myrtle Beach on August 2nd, 2010 as a patrol officer. He now serves as one of the department's chaplains and is also the associate pastor at Chapel by the Sea Baptist Church in Cherry Grove. Lieutenant McLeod has been married to his wife Angela for 26 years, and they have two daughters, Alexis and Maggie. In his free time, he enjoys spending time with his family, reading, and watching movies. Will?
Give me a high five. Knows I can't reach his hand.
Didn't know if you were making it. Oh, good.
I'm sorry? Okay, yeah. Do we have a plaque? Okay. So is Tom Edwards here? Can you come up, sir? Hey, thank you so much for being here. So Tom has served on the planning commission how many years? 3. 3 years. And we have an award for you, and we appreciate what you've done. This award is for your dedicated service and invaluable contribution to the City of North Myrtle Beach Planning Commission from May 2021 to May 2025, and we thank you for your service.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. I'll get a picture.
Just keep that.
You might want to keep this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That'll get Matt.
All right, come on up, Amanda. All right, good evening. Good evening, council. Good evening, everybody. Good to see everybody. We're excited to be here tonight and recognize and give some love to a group of young men that have done something that no one else and no other team has ever done in our city. We have brought a lot of teams before council over the years, a lot of district champion teams, a lot of state championship teams. We just had a girls softball team win the state championship. We had a girls volleyball team win the state championship not too long ago. And all those are awesome, and everyone deserves a ton of credit and recognition for all that they accomplished. But tonight's a little bit different because this team has done something that no other team has done, and it got farther than any team had ever gotten before. So I will tell you a little bit about it. Amanda's going to tell you a little bit about it, and then we'll get coaches to come up and introduce their team to you. So, you know, winning a district is a hard thing to do, especially in baseball. There's a lot of great baseball teams in our area, a lot of them. So winning a district is a big deal, and it's awesome to see them do that. To get to go represent North Myrtle Beach in the state tournament is a big deal. There's a lot of great baseball in this state. It's played all over. So to win a state tournament is huge. I mean, it's major. To make it to a World Series in and of itself is a major accomplishment. There's very, very few teams, none from our area that have done that, very few that get to go and actually play in a World Series. So when you go to a World Series, you want to win a game, maybe a couple games, and that is awesome. Like to go to a World Series, play against 10 other state championship teams and win a game or two is awesome. This team did all of that, and then that was just the very beginning. They won the whole thing, so they are your world champion, Dixie or Diamond Youth Ozone 11 and 12 world champions. Let's give it up for them. So I'm going to have Amanda say a few words, but I want to give a special thank you to each and every one of you boys out there, you young men. To watch you play has been a joy. I know you brought a lot of joy to this community. To watch you play as a team, you overcame a lot of adversity. You looked like a MASH unit by the time the last game came with wheelchairs and crutches and arm slings, and you overcame all of that, and you represented the city, and we're very, very proud of you. Y'all deserve all the recognition in the world. Thank you so much for bringing some joy to us and us getting to watch you. Thank you to the coaches, Josh, Brian, Dan, all that you've given to this team, to this community. It's a lot of sacrifice. We recognize that. So thank you all so much for that. And a special thank you to the parents. The All-Star season is long and is grueling, and you've given up basically your entire summer for these boys. And we certainly recognize the sacrifices you had to make with your jobs, with your families, to support these boys. And I hope that it brought you joy too. I know it did. I know how proud you were of them. We're very proud of them as well. So thank you all to the parents for all that you have done. So I'm going to ask Amanda to say a few words, and then we'll bring Dan up and let him introduce this team to you.
He took most of it. So just a little more detail into the journey that the boys took. I would say this journey started back in March, but with these boys, this journey started several years ago. They've been together for a while, and this was their goal to try to achieve. And each year, we'd come up a little bit short, and it didn't happen this year. We were able to go all the way, and it was an awesome journey to watch and to see these kids grow up. For me, I've seen them since they were 5 and 6, and now to be able to see them as 11 and 12-year-olds, it's amazing to see the growth that they've done. So districts happened in June for us. That was in Georgetown. We battled through that kind of with no contest. I think we gave up 4 runs or so that entire 1 run that entire tournament. My bad. 4-1. We're dealing with rain and other things that we dealt with all summer. We gave up 1 run. We had lights go out and everything else down there in Georgetown. We won our berth to go to the state tournament. The state tournament was hosted in Florence. So not bad drive for us. That was nice to go there. There we're battling with heat. It was extremely hot in Florence, playing day after day there, and walked away champions there. We had some close games in the end, but we were able to come out on top, and then we traveled. We got lucky this year with the World Series. It was in Lexington, South Carolina, so our boys did not have to travel far, and it helped a lot of us to be able to travel with them and to be able to watch them, which was a joy. And again, rain was a huge factor for us in Lexington. I think it rained every single day that we were there. If not, it was almost every single day. So sitting in a hotel room, waiting to know when you're going to play, not being able to do other things, along with battling injuries. By the time we hit the championship game, we were down to 9 players in those last couple of innings that we had out of 12. So to say these boys had a lot of toughness in them is an understatement, but we battled through that. We played the teams, and these teams are from Mississippi, Texas, North Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, everywhere. And to say that our boys came out on top, we had highlights of walk-off home runs, that extra inning home runs. So we had 2 different games where we had those walk-offs in the same day. It was just exciting baseball to be a part of, and something that these boys are going to be able to carry with them, hopefully for the rest of their life. And the bond that they have with each other is amazing. So World Series champions is a very proud statement that we have as a staff. And we hope that this continues. I know some of them are moving on to school ball, but we have a good chunk of that team that's still going to be able to play again next year, and we know that they're going to be able to represent our city well. So when you see them around, you'll see that joy on their face. You see their picture on the sign. We're going to recognize them a few more times throughout the year, but they definitely deserve it. And thank you to anyone in the community that has supported them, whether it was just a like on a Facebook post, a donation, a support by watching the live stream. They definitely felt the love from everyone, and we as a rec department felt the love from everyone, so thank you. Dan, if you want to come up, we're going to recognize each of the boys and coaches, and we have something for you. These have names on them, so we'll tell you who to go first, okay? Do you have anything you want to say before?
Just, I'm going to call each boy up, but first, I'd like to thank the rec department, Matt, Amanda, Ryan, Paige, everybody for their support. It's been since they were 6 years old that these guys have been playing together, so we really appreciate that, and the city and then all the businesses that support us, so we really want to say thank you to that. And I'd like to thank my two coaches too, Josh Conte and Brian Shirley. They were, we wouldn't have done it without everybody that was part of it, the parents, everyone, so thank you. And I will start calling up Cam Shirley, if you come up first. Dean Skavinsky. And then we got Cole Wilson. And Mason Myers. Reese Batchelder. Oliver Bryn. Asher Goheen. Jackson White. Donald Bean. Chandler Campbell. Karsten Comfer. And last but not least, Carter Del Conte. Coach Brian Shirley. And Coach Josh Del Conte.
Great job, Coach. Great job, congratulations.
And I just want to say a little something special about Dan Brin, our head coach. Dan has been here long before I was, but he's definitely been a part of it since I've been here. And Dan's dedication to our youth is remarkable. It doesn't matter if he has a kid on the field or not. Dan is always out there. A few years ago, Dan was voted as our Coach of the Year for the rec department. We do a coach's appreciation at the end of the season in June, and Dan was overall Coach of the Year. So that just tells you a little bit about what he does. But this team would not be the team that they are if it wasn't for his dedication to youth sports in the city of North Myrtle Beach. We hope that as his son ages out, that we're not done with him, that he'll come back and continue to help us. But this one goes to Coach Dan Brin.
Thank you, man.
Sure thing. We're getting a nice trophy case for you, I promise. All right, there we go. You want to give better newspapers?
Thank you. Okay, we'll move into announcements by mayor and council. Does anybody on council, sorry, my microphone went off. Does anybody on council have any thing to discuss?
I just wanted to mention that Trey and I took part in a prayer service yesterday at North Myrtle Beach High School. It was led by Living Water Baptists. There were people from OD Prez. The principal of the high school was there. And I happened to show up early and got to participate with another prayer group from St. Paul AME Church. They were going to go to each and every school and pray for them. So I think that's just a very positive, good thing for our community.
And I would like to give an update on the very first domestic violence shelter that we actually have here in Horry County being built. I was sent a picture today, and it is starting to look good. It's got walls, and the foundation for the second building will be starting soon. And this has been 9 years in the making. So I just want to give everybody a shout out that has worked on that tirelessly for the past 9 years and dedicated their time and their effort and the donations that they have received. And soon there will be a link for directly Horry County to receive donations for the shelter if you want to give for that.
Nikki, where's that physically?
Honestly, we're not really supposed to say
Okay.
where that's
Yep.
at, but it
That's-
is,
yeah.
there were some of us at the groundbreaking, but
Is it North Myrtle or Little River?
no, it's in the county.
Yeah, all right, thank you.
Okay, I missed one thing under communications. The departmental monthly reports for July 2025 are available online. We will now move into consent items, and if everybody on council agrees, we'll take them all together. Is that okay? Okay, I will read them by title. Item A is a resolution, mutual aid agreement between Coastal Carolina University and the City of North Myrtle Beach. Item B is a motion to approve Myrtle Beach Tours Beach Games on September 6, 2025 through November 16, 2025. Item C is a motion to approve memorial service to be held on September 11, 2025. Item D is a motion to approve Richmond Shag Club Beach Ball on September 16, 2025. Item E is a motion to approve the CSRA Shag Club Beach Party on September 18, 2025. Item F is a motion to approve Lake Tillery Shag Club Beach Party on September 19, 2025. Item G is a motion to approve Rock the Shoe Drone Concert, Show and Concert on October 11, 2025. Item H is a motion to approve Shamrock and Run on March 21st, 2026. And item D is a motion to approve Main Street Showtime Charity Car Show on April 18th, 2026. Do I have, I'm sorry?
April 14th.
April, it says April 18th on my sheet.
Okay.
Okay.
14th.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Are there any comments by council? Are there any comments by the public? Hearing none, we will take our vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Okay, so now we'll move into unfinished business. And item A is an ordinance on the second reading petition for annexation and zoning designation for .94 acres on Riverside Drive. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Are there any comments by council?
This is just a little donut hole that's right in the middle of the city.
Correct, on Little River Neck Road.
Are there any comments by the public? Hearing none, we'll take our vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, we will move into item B, ordinance on the second reading amendment to the Parkway Group Plan Development, PDD, creating a 7-Eleven store at the Palmetto Coast Industrial Park. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Are there any comments by council? All I know is in the first reading, we looked at plans for this, and it looked really nice, really incredible. It was a upscale convenience store, but best one I've seen, so. And it's needed in that area. Are there any comments from the public? Yes, please come forward. Give your name and address, please.
I'm Dana Brown. I live at 2314 Vera Way in Longs. I'm actually a Water Tower Road resident, and I am very glad and very happy that that's coming. So thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Are there any other comments?
Actually, I would like to just make sure the public knows on this, that they're going to contribute $25,000 towards Water Tower Road improvements in lieu of the required street trees and sidewalks, and Firewise design principles are going to be incorporated.
Thank you. Having no further comments, we will take our vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, we'll move into item C is our ordinance first reading amendment to Chapter 23 zoning of the Code of Ordinances of North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, addressing the display of outdoor merchandise. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any comments by council?
We went over this thoroughly with the workshop, and
What-
Had a good conversation, and I'm definitely ready to move forward.
Yeah, it definitely cleans up the image of our city, so. Are there any comments by the public? Hearing none, we'll take our vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. We'll move into new business. A resolution, item A is a resolution to rescind the motion of August 4, 2025 regarding 3 appointments to the Municipal Election Commission and to appoint 3 members to the Municipal Election Commission pursuant to Section 5-15-90 of the Code of Laws of South Carolina, Section 9-5 of the Code of Ordinances for the City of North Myrtle Beach. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
second.
Are there any comments by council? And I will ask first if staff will kind of explain this so everybody knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, so this was brought to our attention shortly after our last meeting. We appointed 3 members to the Municipal Election Commission, and we failed to, at that time, create a staggered terms. So there should be 2, 4, and 6. If these were terms that were, already in existence, that were already staggered, and we were just appointing folks to non-expired terms, that would have automatically taken care of itself. I think that's what we were thinking was going to happen. But given that we're basically appointing 3 new members all at the same time, we didn't focus enough attention on that. That being the case, while we were going through this to know that we would have to establish the staggered terms, we also had 1 member who was appointed last meeting who had to resign due to conflicts with a family member, or I think it was a spouse that is working on one of the candidates' campaigns. So we also had to appoint another person in lieu of that one that we appointed at the last meeting. So it really made sense to just kind of have an all-new resolution, rescind everything that had been done, and just do it all over again. But administration takes 100% responsibility for, kind of dropping the ball on that. So we apologize, but by no means should this be any comment or narrative on the quality of these candidates. I mean, they together have combined 40 years of experience in a local election. So that's not the issue. The issue is that we as administration dropped the ball, and I'll take ownership of that. So that's really what this is.
And the reason there's 3, we had 1 move out of the area. So it's not like the three just resigned.
Yeah, there was,
We had one retire, Ms. Stu retired after 19 years.
Yeah, I mean, this is not like a planning commission where they meet monthly, and, you know, if someone was going to come off, we'd be meeting on a regular basis and kind of would be able to be on the lookout for those things. I mean, municipal election committee or commission really, it doesn't really come into our mind until, you know, every 2 years there's an election, and those folks don't really think about letting us know whether or not they're in a position where they can continue to serve. So we learned about all three of them for different reasons, not being able to continue their service, and we were forced to name 3 new people, and that was the reasoning for that.
Thank you for clarifying that. Are there any other comments, council? Are there any comments from the public? Hearing none, we'll take our vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All against? Ayes have it. We'll move into item B, ordinance first reading petition for annexation and zoning designation for 2.29 acres on Little River Neck Road. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second so we can discuss.
We're going to recuse.
Okay, okay. Are there any comments by council?
Yeah, I'd like to conversate about this item. If you look, it's a part of our conservation district, but we haven't created one of those yet. And I talked with staff, and this property itself is actually too small for a conservation district. So the R1 is the best next thing, being 10,000 square foot lots. I would like to let our public know that we are in the process of working with staff, though, to create a conservation design district. That way, as other properties are annexed into our city, we have the tools to have a quality zoning that will provide less density, more of a traditional neighborhood, meandering roads, hopefully less mass grading, just to help give, you know, save trees and so forth. But that is what I'd like to conversate with.
Yeah, and I rode by there today. That road to the right, that's a private road. So all their ingress will have to take place within that 2 acres, which should probably limit the number of homes to about 4. Based it. County road. Okay, not paved.
That's not part of this.
Right. But Mike, they can't use that to come in and out of. They have to use Little River Neck Road, correct? They can improve that road. They can? Okay.
So they could improve that road. Is there going to be a requirement for a right-in or right-out there? Is it just too small for that, or? I got you. I know with the traffic on Little River Neck Road, that could potentially be helpful. I don't know what might trigger that.
Right now, they can get about 7 lots in there, they front off that county road.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, Dana.
They may be able to get 7 lots in there if they front off the county road.
Okay, are there any other comments by council? Well, before we go there, is that something, and maybe, Dana, I'm still having trouble. If you could go to that microphone, I'd appreciate it. So I'm still having a little bit of trouble. Would you say that one more time?
From early estimates, we feel like that they may be able to get 7 lots off that county road.
Okay,
And they would have to improve that road to city standards, and that portion we would take from the county as a city public street.
I understand. Could we require a right-in, right-out?
We could look at that. Little River Neck Road is, of course, a DOT road, so
Yeah.
they would have to approve that as well. But we can certainly insist on one.
Okay, is that something that we can make a decision if we agree to annex this property in, that council could weigh in on, or would it have to be in a DA, which we can't do on this small acreage?
That may be a question for legal.
That's really going to be the issue for staff
ordinance, they look at that in TRC, the design of that regarding the right-in, right-out issue, whether it would be appropriate for that council is going to make the decision regarding whether it's going to annex. the
I
facility
understand.
in.
I figured, I just wanted to ask.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, well, it is a donut hole. It's a small piece of property, and it's the lowest zoning with the highest restriction of any zone we have in our city, and so I'm okay with it. But are there any other comments on council? Are there any comments from the public? Hearing none, we'll take our vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All against? Ayes have it. Move into item C, is an ordinance first reading, amendments to Chapter 23 zoning of the Code of Ordinances of North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, revising allowed locations for electronic message board signs. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any comment by council? Go ahead,
They
Bubba.
may want to explain the differences of why we're doing this.
Well, and I mean, I'd certainly like to hear from you, Suzanne, but I will explain that at one time, we had these flashing signs that looked pretty horrendous, and now the technology on those have come a long way. So, I mean, that would be my thought.
Yes, sir. And originally, our ordinance prohibited all electronic light signs along Ocean Boulevard. And so the ordinance was written in a way that RC and R4, which are the zoning districts along Ocean Boulevard, don't allow electronic message signs. And when we got our Main Street sign, we revised the definition of an animated sign to be, so anything that has an image for 10 seconds or longer is not animated, and they are allowed in these commercial zoning districts now. However, they still weren't allowed in RC and R4. And these RC districts are on our historic main streets, Main Street, 37th Avenue South, 17th Avenue South, and Sea Mountain Highway. And those are areas our comp plan has targeted for reinvestment. And we felt that it wasn't fair to not allow those businesses the benefits of those signs that, and our ordinance, people who are investing in these focal points of the community, as long as it's not on Ocean Boulevard, we thought it would be fair for them to enjoy the same signage that other commercial districts are allowed. So that's.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other comments by council? Are there any comments from the public? Hearing none, we'll take our vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. We will move into item D. Is an ordinance first reading, amendments to Chapter 23 zoning of the Code of Ordinances of North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, defining pervious and impervious services and creating an exception for swimming pools. Is there a motion to approve?
Second.
Is there any comment by council?
Yeah, I'd like to make a comment on this item. I'm comfortable personally as one council member with the adding into the verbiage of swimming pools, because I didn't even realize that wasn't already considered pervious, because for years, anytime I've done a pool or anything like that, the only thing that I ever thought you considered was the coping around the pool. So if that is not in fact the case, then we do need to clean that up. But I don't mind voting forward here, but a lot of the rest of the verbiage below it, I'm afraid, might be too restrictive on some of our residents, especially when you get into the Cherry Grove area, where a lot of them, when they have to add driveways to the front of their places, they have to split that with pavers. And I just want to be a little bit more educated that we're not going to hinder them from being able to use pavers, because that would create a problem. That's it.
The problem that we're seeing right now is all pavers are being allowed, whether they're installed over concrete or a completely compacted surface. So they are not, in fact, pervious. it's an impervious paver surface, and that it doesn't meet the definition of the intent of our ordinance currently. Well-engineered pavers, if they are pervious pavers and designed and installed as pervious pavers, they are well in excess of 2 inches per hour for infiltration. So we're just trying to make these things real, and I know it seems like we may be overreaching, but we're just trying to make it like not fictional.
What determines the 2 inches per hour?
The manufacturer.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with soil conditions?
It would have something now, theoretically, it can have a lot to do with soil conditions, but most of these manufacturers have different sub-bases allowed for different soil types, and I think Dana can speak to this as well. They represent their product, does this at this amount of infiltration given these initial conditions. And
I just know it can be hard to get soil to infiltrate at a 2 inch per hour. That would be one of my major concerns.
I put together some numbers for tonight. Permeable interlocking concrete pavers with the open graded base, they typically infiltrate at rates of 50 to 250 inches per hour. Pervious concrete routinely exceeds 100 inches per hour. Gravel-filled grid systems like grass pave or true grid, they exceed 20 to 100 inches per hour. Artificial turf, we're seeing that a lot now being proposed, and unless they're using one that is actually designed to have infiltration rates, we haven't been able to approve them. But artificial turf installed over a clean, open-graded aggregate base would have an infiltration rate well over 10 inches per hour. I think a product at Costco is advertising 30 inches per hour. All of these are well in excess of that 2 inches per hour. Compacted gravel or traditional pavers set and stand, or concrete, like we're seeing more often, they don't meet that threshold of 2 inches per hour. They're less than 1 inch per hour. And we're not changing that. We're just saying this is the standard that everyone can agree on, you know.
So we discussed it earlier, and I think the hesitation was, I'm not an engineer. No one here is an engineer in terms of that 2 inches per hour. I don't know what that means, right. But given a little context now, it sounds like that's a pretty low bar to hit.
Well, and like I said, I'm happy to vote for it, but I just know sometimes we make changes and there's unforeseen consequences, and I just want to make sure that we're not doing this here.
I'd like more discussion. I'd like to be able to talk about it a little bit more so I can understand it.
Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate you explaining. Unfortunately, I mean, we're right here ready to make a decision, and I think it's a great idea. But I came and spoke to Ryan today because, seeing 2 inches per hour, I have no idea what that means. And we need to be educated before we make a decision that's going to make a change. And you've educated us some, or I would like to be educated a little bit more. I do agree that the pool situation is easy, and I would definitely go for passing that. We got several options here. I don't know, I don't want to butt in though. Hank or Nikki, have you got anything you'd like to add?
I think I need a little more information on it.
Yeah, so maybe we could do one or two things. We could either
Postpone.
We could postpone it. I don't know if, and I think we can. Could we pass the portion in here that eliminates swimming pools from being in the impervious area, and then postpone the rest of this ordinance until we can sit down with staff? We could have a workshop. We could do whatever, but I want to understand this before I make a decision. That's my thought, and I think I'm hearing that from the majority of council as well.
Yes, you can. If you would like to pass this on first reading tonight, you can do that. We can have a workshop for additional education on this issue, and on second reading, if council is pleased with the ordinance as is or wishes to make a change regarding the swimming pools, that could be accomplished as well.
So what we're talking about, though, is making a, well, I'm not sure, because who made the motion to approve? Do you,
Councilwoman Fontana.
okay. So we,
Could we,
before we amend the motion, we want to probably hear from the public, but we may want to amend this motion.
I'm thinking we just postpone the whole motion and then relook at it.
Okay, well, that's, but Councilwoman Fontana made the motion, so she'll have to make the adjustment to it. In the meantime, is there any comment from the public on this issue?
Not that I have a vote, but I always have an opinion. I agree with postponing it because when you're, and hats off Suzanne about the clarification on the pervious and impervious. But now, there is a pool that's near beach access. I just recently went to DHEC myself to find out more information about this because pool water, if it fills up and it's not redirected, it could go into our stormwater right out into the ocean, which is happening at one of our beach accesses. So when you say that a pool is pervious, does it have to be able to hold 2 inches per hour? Is that what I'm understanding? And it doesn't.
This ordinance exempts pool from the pool basin itself, from the impervious numbers.
Delineation.
Yeah, the pools are not pervious. Water does not go through them, but they have been interpreted to be pervious by zoning to allow them to exist in all of these districts. This is exempting them from that.
Right, but we have not considered them to be pervious or in the past, right? We have allowed them, we've allowed them to not be a count of the impervious area. Is that not correct?
We have not been counting them towards impervious area, however, they are impervious structures.
So,
And it's my belief, this is just me, I'm not, the typical Cherry Grove, once again, Cherry Grove lot, if you didn't allow pools, you pretty much restricting anybody that lives on a channel from having a pool.
yeah.
'Cause
But they,
So we were trying to make that real and work for everybody in Cherry Grove. Pools are a very desirable feature in our city, and we know that most residences like to have them. And it's unfair to not allow it,
I
yeah.
get it, and you can lower your pool too if you need to, and so, because they tie into the storm drain, and then they would become certainly
And for
pervious.
public knowledge, pool water is usually about 4 to 5 inches below the coping line.
Absolutely, so, yeah, so I'm in favor of that part of this ordinance, and I'm in favor of the other part too, but I just want to know, I want to look at all the details before we make a decision on that. So we could amend the motion to approve the ordinance to allow the elimination of pools as being in the pervious consideration of the lot, but not the rest of it, right, Chris?
Or you could simply amend the motion to postpone first reading until after you've had a workshop. That may be the.
That's the cleaner way, I believe.
Okay, well, let's do that. Do you council in agreement with that?
I am. I'd like to amend my motion to, on item 7D, to postpone the vote tonight until we have a workshop scheduled.
And I'll second that.
Okay. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All against? So ayes have it. And so that is the last item on our agenda. We'll open it up to public comment. Anybody from the public like to address council, please come up and give your name and address.
Well, thank you very much. Dana Brown, 2314 Vera Way in Longs. First thing I want to do is make a clarification on my support for the 7-Eleven. I was unaware about the swap of the trees for the $25,000 in road improvement. While I do want a 7-Eleven, I would not have supported that. That's a terrible swap. $25,000 in road improvements buys pretty much squat. So I want that clarified in the record, that I am not happy about that. Second thing is, thank you on the clarification and taking responsibility on the municipal stuff. I hope that ball didn't roll downhill, and I appreciate you taking charge of that. And the third thing is, I was in here a couple months ago and spoke about Code Red. It was another address problem I was having. I'd signed up for emergency alerts. I don't want to say I got made fun of, but I got a little teased that Code Red is not part of North Myrtle Beach, it's Myrtle Beach. I went back and I added my location to that, and I did get 3 alerts during the storm last week about 3 areas of road flooding on my street that would have been impassable had I hit them with my car at night. So it worked. I got nothing from North Myrtle Beach, but I did get something from Code Red, so I think it is worth signing up for. And lastly, Mr. Coyne's not here tonight. That's too bad. As many of you know, I used to work for a lot of public officials. I learned a lot. I got a lot of advice. And one of the things that I got when I became a board member was that when I get a lot of letters from the public, you know, I can't answer all of them, and it's probably not a good idea to answer all of them, but it's always good to acknowledge it. It makes the person writing the letter feel like they were heard. So I wanted to thank Mr. Coyne, because I did write a letter to you guys, and he did acknowledge it, and I really did appreciate that very much. So thank you.
Thank you.
Do I not say my name and address anymore?
Yes, please.
I haven't been here a long time. I'm on the other side now. Susan Platt, 942 South Ocean Boulevard. I'm going to read this so I don't ramble tonight. I would like to start by reading some excerpts from an article written in February 2021 by WBTV. The title of the article was Protecting Its Heritage. North Myrtle Beach dedicates itself to preserving century-old trees by Bradley Dotson, February 17, 2021. As North Myrtle Beach's public grounds superintendent puts it, the best time to plant a tree is yesterday, and the best time to remove one, as long as possible. This is spoken by Jim Granger, who's still on staff here at the city. The city has made it a mission to protect its historic trees as the area continues to see a different kind of growth. Ben Caldwell said that, who is still on staff with the city, said the city wants to preserve trees when land is subdivided into lots. We want to get them to arrange those lines where they will miss any of those heritage trees. Granger said trees provide multiple benefits, from cooling areas to producing oxygen to playing an important role in water absorption. He sees heritage trees as trees that can't be replaced within a lifetime. That is something that we really take serious, and we do everything we can to save those trees. Okay, on August 11th, a sign was placed in front of some trees at the J. Bryant Floyd Recreation Center saying that 9 heritage trees would be removed for the installation of a new pickleball project. Okay, this is not about pickleball. You can imagine my surprise. Well, I mean, really, y'all were here a few months ago. You just upped the amount of money charged if you choose to cut down a historic tree. So that communicates to me, as a resident of this community, that trees are important to us. We're a tree city. We value this. And so you can imagine, you know, I started asking questions, and I contacted staff, and they're very nice. They sent me a photograph of the tree survey, which showed an area that mainly most of the trees were affected by, and it said stormwater feature, civil. So I'm thinking, well, maybe this is another plan, like I need to look at a civil plan. I asked for a landscaping plan because I wanted to see what kind of cool water, stormwater feature. Is it going to be like a gravel path to go around, you know, and plant new trees? It's a ditch. So we're taking out historic trees that we value to put in a ditch. I am adamantly opposed to this. I know my time is up, but I guess I'll just have to come back next meeting. But My thing is that we have options, and I think everything in this city is a compromise. I was told that the pickleball community wanted this. This community right here that I represent, me, myself, and I, and some other civil groups, are another community, and we can compromise to make it work. I'm proposing two suggestions that, one, I know, I got to go.
Yeah, Susan, we
Okay.
have a 3-minute limit. Look, but
I'm gonna mail- I'm
let
gonna
you keep
email it
going,
to
but you know, we talked about this a little
Yes,
bit, and
we
I know
did.
you were, Matt and Jim Granger were trying to set up a meeting with
Yeah,
you.
Wednesday.
Right, and you couldn't last week, but you're gonna meet this week.
Yes, I am.
And Trey and Bubba and I were out there, met with them today, walked that site and looked, and I'm hoping once you go meet with them, you'll know more, but, and feel better about this. But there's some trees that, I mean, they've worked really, really hard to save every tree out there, and all the real big, nice trees, there's some that we cannot. But I think once you look at that, call me after that, but,
I will, I'm going
yeah.
to email you
Yeah,
this,
go
and
meet
I'll be
them, go
back at
look
the
on
next
site
meeting.
walk, and they'll show you what we're up against. You can see it better that way. I couldn't
I
quite
was out
understand it
there.
by the
I've
plan.
been out there.
I know, but once you meet with Matt, I think that'll be.
Okay, I'm
anyway.
going to
Thank
email
you.
you the rest. Please read it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know me, I want to keep every tree we can.
Don't say that.
I'm saying it.
And then we just got $25,000 to get rid of some of them. I know, Bubba,
And also, so you do know too, and verified this, because I think you'd mentioned to me something about this, but, so the city is abiding by the same regulations that anybody else would have to abide by. And in our zoning, when you are building something, if you're building your house and there's a tree that you cannot build the house around, you have the right to remove it, but you do have to replace it, and you have to make a replacement. In this particular case, according to our ordinance, we would have to replace 330.5 inches of trees, and we are proposing to replace 443 inches, so that you know that. But you'll learn all that during that meeting too. Okay. Are there any other comments from the public? Hearing none, our meeting is adjourned.
We got a vote meeting now.
I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. Do we need a motion to adjourn?
Yes.
Okay, second? You got a second? All in favor, say aye. Aye. I did pretty good to the end, lost.